Hello everyone, welcome to the preview show delivered by FedEx. I'm Alan Cavana. Joining us, back with us, the wild card himself, Marty Snyder from NBC Sports.
You're awfully excited today, aren't you?
It's a good race. We're coming up to, I say the wild card because we're coming up to the last real wild card race before the chase starts. It's a road course. There are plenty of drivers that still need a win, and there are plenty of drivers, I think, capable of winning this weekend.
I don't know if it's the last wild card, though. I think Bristol's kind of a wild card. Don't you agree?
Good point. But the factor that in, drivers like Marcus Ambrose, this is probably their last shot to get a win and get into the chase. Do you think it happens this weekend?
Well, I disagree that it's his last shot. But yes, to your point, yes, this for a lot of guys, this is a pressure-packed weekend because Ambrose, you look at A.J. Allmendinger, guys like that, they know this is probably their best shot to be able to win a race before the chase starts. And Ambrose and his team are all in. All the chips are in the middle of the table. They tested at Watkins Glen. They're running the nationwide race at Watkins Glen. They clearly know this is a big weekend for them. But for teams like that, I wonder if guys like Ambrose, guys like A.J. Allmendinger to a lesser extent, put too much pressure on themselves this weekend because they know this is their shot to get that win. That's what I worry about for a guy like Ambrose. And you know, I think a lot of guys are in the mix this weekend who don't have a win, who are very good at road courses. You can throw Tony Stewart into that mix. I mean, this is a weekend where a lot of guys feel the pressure. I wonder, though, if it's maybe too much for a team like Ambrose.
And that brings us to this week's social pick of the week. Which former Watkins Glen winner has the best shot of getting their first win of the season? Just two choices this week, Marty. Tony Stewart or Marcus Ambrose. We want to hear your vote. You can vote at NASCAR.com/social. Now, each week, as we have been doing here on the preview show, we're going to take a look at the chase grid as we try to fill those 16 spots heading toward the beginning of the chase in Chicago. Last week, we saw some more jumbling because Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s win in Pocono shot him up to the top of the chase grid with his 3 wins and his place in the point standings. Everything else pretty much remained the same, Marty, until we get to what we're calling the danger zone. Those drivers without a win, positions 12 through 16. Out this week is Austin Dillon, the rookie. In this week is Greg Biffle because of a 6th place run. Marty, it's the ultimate question. If you're one of those guys near the 16th place position, are you taking risks to cement your place in the chase and get that win, or are you points racing and just trying to stay in it?
Well, I think absolutely you're taking risks because you want to put yourself guaranteed into the chase. We're at the point now where we know a win will get you in. It's not going to have to be, there's not going to be 16 winners, so we're safe to get some guys in on points. You look at Matt Kenseth and Ryan Newman, they're definitely points racing. A top 10 means more to them than taking a risk and possibly getting a win. But you look at Austin Dillon, you look at Kyle Larson, you look at Greg Biffle, those guys in that danger zone that we're talking about, yes, they need to do what they can do to get a win no matter what to guarantee themselves into the chase. Especially you look at a guy like Biffle who's not run well at a lot of racetracks. They need to gamble and do all they can do to be able to get a win. So yes, I think there's going to be a lot of gambling going on. And remember what Tony Stewart said a few weeks ago. 10 races to go, 12 races to go before the chase. I'm not so worried about things. 5 races to go. Panic button gets hit, and I think the panic button's being hit by a lot of race teams right now.
A lot of race teams going for that win, so let's pick winners, though. Who's winning in Watkins Glen?
I won't say your pick, but I'll say you left the door open for me to take Ambrose and A.J. Allmendinger, and I'm not going to take either one of them because I truly believe that the pressure is too great on Ambrose. I think I worry about him putting too much pressure on himself to win this weekend. But I'm going to go with a guy who I think has the speed, has been very good at Watkins Glen over the last couple of years, and that's Brad Keselowski. They've been so good there. He has 3 straight second-place finishes at Watkins Glen. You talk about Sonoma and Watkins Glen. They're completely different racetracks. Sonoma is about the slow corners. It's about forward bite off the corners. Watkins Glen is about being good in the fast corners, about the speed, how you can get your car to turn. And in my opinion, that's Brad Keselowski this year. He's always been very good at Watkins Glen. I think he fits all the things that require you to be good at Watkins Glen. They fit it this year at Penske, so I'm going to go with Brad K.
Same thing we've been doing all year, Penske versus Hendrick. You pick the Penske car, I'm taking the Hendrick car of Jeff Gordon. He's got momentum on his side, he's got history on his side at Watkins Glen, and as you mentioned, Marty, you need a little bit more motor, you need a little bit more high speed, and I think that's what the Hendrick cars have right now at Watkins Glen. So I'm picking Jeff Gordon versus Brad Keselowski.
Well, he hasn't been as good at Watkins Glen the last few years.
He's got momentum.
But the thing you can't deny is their speed. That's what I'll go with you on that one.
All right, may the best pick win. Marty Snyder, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being back here on the preview show. And thank you for watching the preview show delivered by FedEx. Have an awesome weekend, everybody.